Hello and welcome back to another Dutch oven recipes. Today I made a Massaman curry with tofu, so this recipe is perfect for vegans and it also has lots of added protein from the peanuts in it. This dish turned out really delicious and it had lots of lovely warmth and delicious flavours. To start this dish off, I put all the peanuts into a roasting tin and then popped it in the oven for about 15 minutes to roast off. I then finely sliced 2 onions into thin strips, which I then added straight to my Dutch oven with a little bit of oil, and I allowed them to cook for about 5-10 minutes. I then prepared all of my lemongrass. I'm using 4 bits today. Today I decided to do a bit of an experiment, so I put into a blender all of my lemongrass, and then I also added to that the coconut milk. I added a tin of coconut milk, and then before I added a bit of coconut cream. I then also added into this a Thai curry massaman paste. This brand is a really good brand to use. I highly recommend it. I put quite a lot of the paste in, but I did also have to put a bit more in later on. I then added into this water and then also a stock cube, and then I blended up all the sauce together and then left it for one side. I then prepared my potatoes and then I sliced some ginger and added that to cook along with my onions. I let the onions get quite nice and melty. And then I put in my potatoes to give them like a pre-cook with the onions, and then added in my salt. Early on I like to do this as it's healthy and it brings out flavour in all the vegetables. I allowed this to cook for a bit and then I added in my broccoli, and then I poured on the sauce that we left to one side and then gave that a mix all around, and then we let that cook for about 30 minutes. Now it's time to begin slicing our tofu and then slowly frying that off in a pan until all the sides are nice and golden. It's also a good time to get your rice on right now to go with your curry. I ended up by putting more paste in as I didn't feel like it had quite enough flavour for me, as I did use quite a lot of potatoes and different vegetables. So this cooked for about 40 minutes, and then I added in coriander and then sweet peas and cooked for like another 5 minutes. I then sliced up some spring onions. I tried to make long lines, it didn't work very well, so I did a combination of 2 different types of spring onion cut. The other day I picked all these flowers and made this beautiful bouquet. And then we set the table and we sat down to have a lovely dinner all together. It was very delicious and warming, and as I said, it's quite healthy because you've got double protein with the tofu and the peanuts. You've got your broccoli for some veggies and the sweet peas, and then the lovely potato. The only thing was that after eating this dish, I literally wanted to fall straight asleep, and I kind of did fall asleep very early after eating this curry because it was just so filling, but really yummy.